Well, good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. I know we did. God truly showed up and showed off this weekend at Evangel Church. God truly met his people with power and with victory. I pray that you are excited about this week coming. I have a great verse in my heart that God has been sharing with me. It's found in Proverbs 21, verse 1, and it says that the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, and like water, he turns it any way that he wishes. We've been talking about being blessed and highly favored, and we've been talking about God's hand over our life. And I want to tell you something. The heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. What does that mean? That means that God holds all things within his hands. Nothing is outside of his grips. And like water, he turns it any way that he wants, any way that he sees fit, he turns it. So oftentimes when I walk into a situation where I need favor, where I need God to show up, I say, God, the heart of the king is in your hands. Turn it towards me, God. Turn it towards favor, towards what I need or what I'm looking for, Lord God. You control all things. Give me favor. One of the boys that I helped raise in my youth group years ago had an issue at school, and it looked terrible. And he had gone through 3 appeals, and it still didn't look his way. And we prayed all night that the heart of the king would turn in favor towards him. And the next day he met with the final appeal court, and the person that was in charge walked over to him and said, I don't know who you are, son, but all night my heart was turning. Did you hear that? All night my heart was turning. And I shouldn't give you a second chance, but I'm going to give you a second chance. You know what? He didn't turn his own heart. God turns his heart. The Bible says the heart of the king is in the hands of the Lord, and he turns it any way that he wants. And so know today that when you're walking into a circumstance, walking into a situation, that you can pray beforehand for the heart of the king to be turned. You can pray for the circumstance to work out in favor before you. And let me tell you something. You should make it your practice to pray before you walk into any situation, before you walk into any discussion, that God would govern and rule that discussion, and he would turn it with favor towards you. And we need to pray, even now as a nation, for the heart of the king to turn in our nation, that we would be a nation that represented Jesus. There are many situations in front of us, and we as the church can't be blind to them. We have to pray for God to put his hands over it. We need divine wisdom. We need divine creativity in order to navigate the things that are in front of us. And so I want you to pray this week for the heart of the king to turn in favor towards the things that are right and the things that are godly. And the king doesn't represent one particular person. It represents the person that has authority in the moment. It represents the person that's holding the keys at the moment. But ultimately, we know that it's Jesus that holds all the keys. So today, I declare you blessed, family. I declare you highly favored. And I thank you that the heart of the king is going to rest that favor towards you in Jesus' name. Have a great week.